Hermes Husband Training Course Part 2. My name is Tanya and I love Hermes, so that's why I am making this video based on my personal experiences of how husbands help you score quota bags faster, better bags. In part 1 of the Hermes Husband Training Course, I covered why you should not go to Hermes alone and how your husband should behave at Hermes. And I think that in this video, I want to give you some tips about what your husband should actually say to a sales associate to either accelerate a bag, get you a better bag, just in general increase your chances. So let's say you go to Hermes with your husband. It can be a new Hermes store or your existing Hermes store. Your husband is there shopping at Hermes with you and you want to ask him for help. By the way, send him this video so he knows exactly what to say to help you. So the way how I found works best is when you're not around, like let's say you go to a fitting room, restroom, or you just go to, browse around the store, your husband can engage with a sales associate, not immediately say something like, hey, like I'd love to buy my wife a Birkin, but engage and make jokes. So I find that one of the biggest things that makes or breaks your Hermes journey is a politeness and treating sales associates with respect and making their day a little bit better, especially if you're traveling. Sales associates are really going to appreciate good attitude and jokes. So what I would recommend is your husband like breaks the ice maybe with a joke or something unrelated to the bags, and then once they are talking, they can talk about whatever, or your husband can ask questions to the sales associate that are not related to Hermes, and that is also going to help him break the ice with the sales associate. Now, after they have talked, your husband should ask for a bag. Your husband, as always, should be polite and respectful in his request for a bag. Like, for example, the way that I recommend asking for a bag, something like, hey, by any chance, do you have any bags? My wife would love a Birkin, or I know it's been my wife's dream to buy a Kelly 25, or something like that. So just casually bring it up and not so like, I would not say like be pushy, because there's some men that formulate their request in a pushy way, like, my wife wants a Birkin and that's it. So like I recommend staying away from that and phrasing it more as like a question without putting pressure on the sales associate, like, hey, by any chance, do you have any bags today? My wife would love one. She's been dreaming about an Hermes bag. Something like that. Do you see the difference? And especially I think it's important for men to just like understand the demeanor and the tone of voice to speak to sales associates, because again, like, especially if your man is like a boss man, they may have like a different attitude, and if you put too much pressure on the sales associate, like that's not a good idea. Yeah, like I really recommend just asking and then seeing, maybe they'll say like, oh yeah, like let me go and check, or what would your wife like, or let me see, like something like that. And then when you come back, they may loop you into the conversation, and the sales associate would be like, what kind of bag would you like? And then you say like, what kind of bag would you like? So I think that that is definitely the best way to approach it. And obviously your husband can be as honest as possible. If there's like an anniversary, if there is a birthday or whatever, you could be very honest and you can be like, yeah, this is what I want, like, or I would love to get my wife a bag, something like that. I think that that is actually like much better if a woman asks for a bag like in front of her husband. If you do go together, like that's not bad, to be honest. Like even showing up with a partner at Hermes, I think significantly increases your chances. But I think that if your husband sort of like asks the question to a sales associate, I think you might have better chances. At least that I can say on personal experience and experiences of many others that you share with me. Let me know if you have any more questions about how your husband should behave at Hermes. I would love to answer and obviously give you as much knowledge as I can so you can get many dream Hermes bags. As always, with love.